Welcome to the Thyroid Fixer podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Amy, and we're diving deep into the world of hormones, especially for all you fierce women in perimenopause and menopause, and everyone struggling with hypothyroidism. So if you are battling weight gain, you're feeling like shedding those pounds is an impossible feat, if you're dealing with plummeting energy levels, gut-wrenching fatigue, or a libido that seems to have left town, then you're in the right place. And let's not even start on the hair loss. If these symptoms are sounding all too familiar, you have found your tribe. My goal is to educate, empower, and shake up your world. Remember, I want you to embrace every inch of that badass woman that you truly are. So if you're ready to dive in and fix things, let's go. Did you ever come home from a really long day, your energy's drained, and you just want to sit down and watch Netflix and eat a good dinner, but you got to still squeeze in your workout? So how about if you actually got home at 7 and your workout was done by 7:05? Does that blow your mind? You're already done. You're unwinding. That's the reality with Carol Bike. In just 5 minutes, you experience a workout that is scientifically proven to be as effective as a 45-minute run. Carol isn't just a time saver. It's your literal shortcut to health, happiness, better muscles, lower body fat, leaving you more time for what actually matters in life, like watching Netflix and eating a great dinner. So if you want to check out Carol Bike, they give you a warranty, a trial period that is unmatched. You'll even come get it if you don't like it. 30 days. I mean, who can even beat that? So check it out. Go to carolbike.com, carolbike.com. You're going to use the code Dr. Amy if you grab one of these bad boys, which I highly recommend doing. You're going to use the code Dr. Amy. That is going to save you $100 off. And again, there's no risk. There's no risk. Try it for 30 days. If you don't like it, they will come pick it up. But I guarantee you the time-saving aspect, the muscle building aspect, the fat burning aspect, you're just going to love it. Are you finally at your wit's end where you are tired of dealing with doctor after doctor? Maybe you've spent thousands on integrative or functional practitioners that have not helped you at all because they don't know the thyroid and hormones. They're not even testing properly. So come work with myself and my team. We prescribe to all 50 states and parts of Canada. I have you covered. I've been building this team for years so that I could help you no matter where you are. All you have to do is click the link in the show notes, book a free application call. We're going to go over your current health situation, what worked, what hasn't worked, all the things. And then we will pair you up with the right program for you where we will do it all. You will come out the other side of the program, totally optimized, getting your life back. You're going to recognize the person you see in the mirror again. Doesn't that sound absolutely amazing? Well, it might sound like you don't even believe it, but I promise you, we will take good care of you. So click the link in the show notes, book a call today, and we'll be talking to you soon. How do I know if I even need thyroid medication? That's a huge question I get quite often, and I wanted to dive into that to actually help you determine what your next step should be. So if you're listening to this and you are diagnosed with hypothyroidism, or you've been told that you have Hashimoto's, then if Western medicine is telling you that you have Hashimoto's and diagnose you with hypothyroidism, you have that because it's hard enough getting the diagnosis in the first place. I've shared in many a podcast my story of going to 6 different doctors, all in the conventional 6 system. And I kept getting told that I'm normal. Everything is fine. It's all in your head. Eat less and exercise more. And we know that that is detrimental advice that should not be given by someone that you trust in the medical system, that you are coming to looking for real answers and real help. But unfortunately, that's what I got 6 different times. The 7th doctor actually did give me that diagnosis. Now, I appreciate the fact that I got the diagnosis and the answer. I don't appreciate the fact that I was put on T4 only. We'll get to that point in a second. If you have actually been diagnosed by conventional Western sick medicine, then guess what? You have a problem because they are seeing something glaring on your labs. And it takes a lot for Western medicine to actually look at your labs and say that something is wrong. But if you've been told that you have a problem, then your TSH was actually flagged. Like you got that little H next to it. Your thyroid peroxidase or your thyroglobulin antibodies were actually flagged, and you got that little H next to it. And that's why your conventional sick doctor told you, hey, guess what? You actually do have a thyroid problem. Now, after they diagnose you, they most likely put you on T4. That's what I got from the 7th doctor that diagnosed me. Here's your pill. And that T4 only medication will not work. I'm going to say it again. T4 only does not work. So if you are with a doctor that keeps increasing your T4, hey, doc, I don't feel any better. I'm not losing any weight. I'm really fatigued. Have more T4. We're going to take you from 75 to 88 to 112 to 125 to 150 to 175 to 188 and then 200. And with each increase, you're going to feel worse and worse and worse as you put an inactive thyroid hormone into your body and cross your fingers and wish on a rainbow that it converts properly over to free T3. If you are on T4 only, it's not that you need thyroid medication. You're already on it. You're on just a shitty thyroid medication. You need a complete change. Because if you don't change, if you don't come off of that T4 only bus and step onto the T4 and T3, just T3 only, let's add in some T2 for your metabolism. If you don't come off the T4 only bus and you stay on that bus the rest of your life, this is where we start to have issues. Your symptoms will exacerbate. You will gain more weight. You will have metabolic disease. You will have insulin resistance. You will have extreme fatigue. You may or may not be more constipated. You probably will lose more hair. Your heart rhythm will be off, so you may or may not be put on blood pressure medication or statins. You'll most likely become depressed and definitely will have sleep disturbances, which will feed back into your weight gain and type 2 diabetes and insulin resistance, but will also feed into the anxiety and depression, brain fog, mood swings, memory loss that occurs from not being optimized with your thyroid. If you stay on T4 only, that's what you're looking at. So do you need thyroid medication? Yeah, you need the right kind for you in the right combination at the right dose in the right ratio. Scenario number 1. Yeah, you're diagnosed. Guess what? We probably need some thyroid hormone replacement in here. Notice I didn't say medication. I'm kind of changing that up a little bit. Thyroid hormone replacement is the same thing as thyroid medication. But I know many of you out there go, well, I don't want to go on a medication. Thyroid hormone replacement needs to be thought of differently than medication. I just listed off all the Band-Aid meds that you will readily get walking into your doctor's office. If you walk in and you ask for an antidepressant, you'll get that and 3 more and a sleeping pill. If you even remotely have a cholesterol level that is above a 200, you will get a statin. Absolutely, hands down, not a problem. A little bit of heartburn, no problem. Here's your PPI. However, if you go in and you ask for, hey, I'm on this inactive thyroid hormone T4, it only works in 2% of the population. Can we try some T3? Can we try NDT? Can we actually test my reverse T3 to get me feeling better and get my life back? No, probably not. So you will get those Band-Aid medications left and right. But good luck getting what you need for your thyroid. Here's the thing. I want you to think of thyroid hormone replacement differently. We are replacing hormones that are no longer being properly made in your body. I want you on the thyroid medication / thyroid hormone replacement. I don't want you on Band-Aid medications, antidepressants, sleeping pills, statins, blood pressure. It's okay to take thyroid hormone replacement. It is okay to take thyroid hormone replacement. You would have to pry my T3 out of my dead cold hands because it gives me life. It gets me optimized. It helps me live. It helps me think. It helps me not gain weight looking sideways at a brownie. It helps me sleep. It gets me through the day, and I poop every day. Thyroid medication or thyroid hormone replacement replaces thyroid hormones that are no longer being properly made by your body. You have to think of it differently. So how do you know if you need thyroid medication? Okay, number one, you're diagnosed. We are not going to magically produce more T3 in your body by some kind of program that fixes your gut. Yes, T4 to T3 conversion does happen in the gut and in the thyroid gland and in the liver and in peripheral tissues. But by healing your gut alone and not providing you with thyroid hormone replacement will be a disservice for you. And you're going to waste a lot of money on a gut protocol and a bunch of gut supplements that heal your gut. And that's fantastic. But that free T3 is still going to be low and you're still going to suffer with symptoms. I guarantee you that healing your gut will not allow you to lose 30 pounds, will not light up your brain. It'll help a little bit. It's not going to light it up. We need to intervene with thyroid hormone replacement when you need it because you were diagnosed. Okay, this isn't something that's talked about enough, but did you know that your body actually runs on electricity and electrical impulses that move your cells and move your blood and really are the triggers for life? But today we're exposed to a crazy amount of non-native polarizing EMF fields. You've heard about these, the 5G cellular, our computers, even the wearable devices, the Wi-Fi in your home, that constant bombardment of EMF radiation causes stress on the body at a cell level. So now the thyroid's affected, your sleep is affected, cortisol, memory, brain function, and yeah, the ability to lose weight can actually be affected by EMF. So what can we do about it? I've gone down the rabbit hole of EMF protection. I got to tell you, I'm not going to wear the ugly clothes. I'm not going to wrap myself in a blanket when it's 90 degrees outside. I needed something practical. So I found EMF rocks. And I know it sounds crazy. It's a bag of rocks, right? But trust me, when you go down the rabbit hole of science of EMF rocks, they protect you and your entire home, depending on where you place them. So if you want more details on this, you can listen to my podcast with Justin Franson of EMF Rocks. We went into the science. He even surprised me by telling me that driving an electric car is like driving in a microwave. So you're going to want to listen to the episode. But in a nutshell, EMF Rocks are grounding bags that you put at the foot of your desk, at your bed, throughout your home to literally protect you 24/7 from that constant bombardment of EMF. And that simple strategy that doesn't require you to wear ugly clothes is just enough to protect your body and help it to work better, help all your cells to work better, help your thyroid work better. So what you're going to do is go to EMF Rocks, EMFROCKS.com/Dr. Amy, DRAMIE. It's going to save you some money on grabbing some EMF Rock bags, the grounding bags for yourself. Let me know how you feel after you use these, because I think you're going to notice, I know you're going to notice massive shifts in your body, including your weight. Next up, you're on T4 only. T4 only doesn't work. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about cancer here and the connection with T4. And maybe this is where some of the fears are based in not wanting to be on thyroid medication, because I've heard this from patients and from my audience. I'll hear, well, I heard that T4, Synthroid, Levo, can cause cancer. Okay, let's unpack that. The thyroid medication itself does not trigger a cancer-causing event in your body. It's not the direct taking of this medication has toxins in it that are going to cause your cells to mutate and change into a cancer cell. However, because T4 only doesn't work, and we've established that, and the thyroid gland is the master gland of the body. So it controls your glucose, it controls your insulin, it controls your sex hormones, progesterone, estrogen, testosterone. It controls your adrenals and cortisol release. Think of the thyroid as literally the metabolic dial of your body. It's controlling your body temperature. It's controlling your heart rate. It's controlling your gastric motility. And as that dial is turned down, everything gets low and slow. Metabolism slows down. gastric motility, i.e. constipation. Hello. Your thinking, your brain function, your liver processes, everything slows down. Your heart rate slows. Your body temperature drops. Now, what happens with glucose and insulin is they actually go the other way. They go up because you have no control. You could be sitting there eating a low carb diet, no processed foods whatsoever. You've eliminated sugar and your glucose is still coming in at a 95. Your insulin is a 10. Your A1C is a 5.6. And you're like, what gives? I'm doing all the things. Thyroid. Your thyroid is that control knob, and it's controlling your insulin secretion and your glucose control. Now, we know that glucose and elevated insulin levels contribute to the diseases of aging. We know that cancer is a metabolic disease. It is absolutely tied to our lifestyle factors. It's not so much genetics. Cancer is actually only 33% genetics. The rest, lifestyle, how you eat, how you sleep. Are you all stressed out? Are you supporting your body? Are you supporting your immune system? Are you low in vitamin D? Are you low in iodine? And how's your thyroid? And how's your sex hormones? Because when the thyroid gland is optimized and you have enough sex hormones to give you life, you are better protected against cancer. So as the thyroid is messed up because you're on T4 only, your insulin secretion is off, you become insulin resistant, you become type 2 diabetic, you start to feed cancer cells. You're also creating that plaque formation in the brain, i.e. Alzheimer's, because Alzheimer's is type 3 diabetes. You start to gain weight. That takes a toll on your body. That creates inflammation. That takes a toll on your heart. So does T4 cause cancer? Not directly, but T4 can cause cancer indirectly because your thyroid gland will never, ever, ever be optimized on T4 only, and your entire body will take a hit. You will age quicker than you normally would. You will lose sex hormones faster than you normally would. Your body will work overtime to try to keep going with the fuel that it has, but the fuel is so bad. It's like putting rancid gas into your car. The fuel is so bad, it's just creating just off-gassing and nasty, we'll say black soot in your body. I'm using the car analogy here. So you're putting rancid gas into your body on T4 only, and you're expecting it to run properly like a Porsche. It's not going to. It's not going to. You're going to run more like the Bondo buggy that I was driving in college in 1996. That's what you're going to be driving. T4 only requires a person to listen up, do something different, have that talk with your doctor, but good luck with that. 9 times out of 10, you are going to have to work with someone that knows what the hell they're doing with the thyroid in order to move into that optimal state as we change your dose of T4 because your reverse T3 is probably high. And as we add in T3 or we change you over to Armour thyroid or we change you to Armour or NP thyroid and we add in some T3 and we create the combination and the dose that is right for you, that gets you optimized. If you're walking around with symptoms, that's no way to live. It's time for a change. So that is how you know if you need thyroid medication. Now, last but not least, we can actually go by your blood work. So go ahead and grab a copy of your labs, and we're going to take a look at these together. Now, first of all, and hopefully, your doctor tested free T3 and reverse T3. If you're not working with someone who knows what they're doing with the thyroid, they probably didn't. So you might have to go and actually request these tests. But let's just start with a test that you might have in front of you, TSH. If your TSH is above a 2, that is indicative of hypothyroidism. So these are for all people everywhere. Doesn't matter whether you're diagnosed or not diagnosed. This is very important for you to look at your labs and know whether or not you're optimized. That TSH above a 2 is indicative of hypothyroidism. If your free T3 is below the lower quadrant of the range, so where we want that free T3 is the upper quadrant of the range, take that standard lab value, cut it into 4, and we want you in the upper quadrant, that upper fourth of the range. If you're not quite there, That's a problem. That means you are very low in the active thyroid hormone that's going to give you a metabolism and grow your hair and light up your brain and let you poop every day. Reverse T3. We want it below a 12. I don't care where you are in the world. 9 times out of 10, there's only one lab that I've ever seen where the reverse T3 numbers were really wonky, like a 0.93 to a 0.26. I don't even know. It was very wonky. But in general, we want it below a 12. Now, even with that wonky test, what we can do is cut it in half. So if you take the reverse T3 standard lab value range on whatever test you have and you cut it in half, you want to be in the lower half. That indicates proper conversion. If you are in the upper half, that indicates improper conversion. You have a conversion problem. You are either not converting your own thyroid hormone properly, that T4 to T3, or you are on way too much T4 medication and we need a change. Free T4. I get this question a lot. Where should my free T4 be? I don't care. We don't chase a free T4 number because if you don't convert and we, just like conventional medicine, keep giving you more and more T4, have some more, let's increase the dose. All that's going to do is increase your reverse T3. It's going to put you in survival mode and you're going to feel like garbage. You're going to gain more weight. You're going to be fatigued. Your hair is going to fall out. Not worth it. We don't care about that free T4. Don't even look at it. Push it aside. Don't care. Now we look at the antibodies, TPO and TGA. If those antibodies show any number whatsoever, I don't care if it's flagged or not. I don't care if your doctor told you that you don't have Hashimoto's. Look at those numbers. Is there a number there? Is it anything but 0? Then you have Hashimoto's. That is the number of soldiers that you have going out on a daily basis or multiple times a day to beat up your thyroid gland. It's beating it up. It's chomping it down. It's making it itty bitty and jagged. And there's no way it can produce the proper amounts of thyroid hormone. So when you have those conditions present, that your labs are wonky, that is when we need to add in thyroid hormone replacement in the right combination and the right dose that works for you to make you the badass human that you're meant to be. This isn't just about throwing in some T4 and this baby dose of T3 that's enough for my dog. It's about getting you on the proper regimen that is going to work for you to eliminate symptoms and literally give you your life back. So if any of those numbers are off, guess what? You need thyroid medication. You need thyroid hormone replacement. Now, before I let you go, I'm going to address the big elephant in the room. Well, can I do this naturally? Okay, let's break that down. Listen, if you are 20-something and we are just catching your Hashimoto's, we're just catching it. I had one patient like this. Your TSH is below a 2. Your free T3 is like a 3.8. It's beautiful. Near the upper quadrant of the range, in the upper quadrant of the range. Your reverse T3 is an 11. And there's some antibodies. Yeah, there's like 600, 1,000, something like that, antibodies. Symptoms, not so bad. No weight gain, maybe a little bit of fatigue, a little bit of brain fog, not too bad. Okay, then at that point in time, what we can do is add in some black cumin seed oil, reduce those antibodies. Maybe we'll stack it with low-dose naltrexone. Not sure. I'm going to start with black cumin first. Let's make sure that your progesterone's on point. Let's make sure that you're not insulin resistant. Let's check your nutrient status. Let's maybe add in some T2 so we can get your metabolism kicking. And then we'll retest and we'll check it out. And maybe you won't need thyroid hormone replacement, at least not for now. Maybe until you're in menopause or perimenopause, or after your first child. But ladies, if you are 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, and you are living your worst life ever because you're carrying around extra pounds that won't come off, you're fatigued, you're literally dragging your ass through the day, you're losing hair, you're counting the hairs that are coming out of your head in the shower and sticking to the wall, and you have to take magnesium citrate every day or else you won't poop, then you need to do something about this. Because putting supplemental Band-Aids on is just as bad, well, maybe not just as, but it's up there as using the conventional medicine Band-Aid medication. Supplements can be nurturing. We have our list of no dust supplements that everybody should be on: the magnesium, the vitamin D, the iodine, even black cumin seed oil. But what I see in my practice are all y'all are coming in with this laundry list of supplements that you're taking, hoping maybe this one will be the answer to my weight loss. Maybe if I add cinnamon in, it'll control my blood sugar. Maybe if I add 5 other supplements for my gut, I can finally lose the weight. When all you need is the proper amount of T4 and T3, or maybe T3 only. You would save a boatload of money, a boatload of time, and you would actually get better. So I'm hoping that this show opens your mind a little bit to shift from putting thyroid medication in the bad medication category. We place it in the hormone replacement category, and we do what needs to be done for us. Can I leave you with an encouraging word to put yourself first? You know, it's the whole cliche, airplane cliche of put your mask on first. We all tend to do for others before we do for ourselves. And that can be pretty detrimental, especially as we age. Because if we're not taking care of ourselves, we can't take care of others properly. So you have to get yourself optimized first so you can be the best mother, the best father, the best spouse, the best friend, the best worker, the best entrepreneur, the best athlete, the best pickleball player, the best salsa dancer, whatever you are. I want you to be the best and enjoy your life to the fullest, because it's possible. But you have to break out of the mindset of thyroid medication bad and know when you need thyroid medication, when you need to optimize your thyroid.